Det vi hørte nå, det var låta Helium fra den nye skiva til Skyclad, som bærer titlen The Answer Machine. En stund siden sist vi har pratet med Skyclad. Vi skulle hatt et intervju med deres forrige skive, men det var et eller annet med en bil som gjorde at det ikke ble noe av. Men nå har vi med oss Steve Ramsey på telefon. Hello, Steve. How are you?
Hi, great. Thank you. And you?
I'm fine. First of all, could you tell us the present lineup in the band?
We have the four members that we've had for the last three albums, or four albums. Georgina Biddle, Martin Walgier on vocals, Georgina plays the violin, Graham English on the bass, and myself, Steve Ramsey, on guitar. And we have three other musicians that we work with now. We have Mitch Oldham plays drums for us now. And then we have Nick, the guy who plays guitar and violin. And we have John, who plays accordion, banjo, and various other instruments, flute and whistles and things.
Last year we were supposed to do an interview when you released your album Key Avant-Garde Chance.
Yeah.
But due to a car incident, the interview never took place.
Oh.
Yeah. But the album is so different from the previous one, so could you please say a few words about it before we go into the answer machine?
Yeah, we haven't got a chance. We're sort of a project thing, you know. We went in originally to do just an EP of acoustic material, and then we decided to go back in the studio and make it into a full album. And it was basically experimental with acoustics and so on, you know, and that's the way that happened. It started off life as an EP.
So it was really an album for yourself in a way.
Yeah, sort of. We were experimenting with how we were going to write songs, you know, in the future, and we played some of the material to the guys from Massacre, and they said, yeah, we'd like you to do something like that. So that was our plan.
Yeah. Okay, September 1st you released your album, The Answer Machine, and it's an odd album title. Can you explain the idea behind it?
Well, the symbol on the front of the album is a mixture. It's like a new god for the millennium. It's a mixture of all the religions in the world forming one symbol for one god, you know. And Christ actually turns into a snake in the symbols. That's the key. And that's saying there's good and evil in everything, you know. In the Answer Machine, the song has a basic theme running. The album has a basic theme running through the songs. It's not a concept album, but it has a basic theme of things that happen in life and people searching for things in their life like love, friendship, peace. And the Answer Machine is kind of like telephoning God, but all you get is an answer machine, and you leave a message asking God for help, and he doesn't come back to you sometimes. And it also ties in with Martin, some of the lyrics. Martin is giving an answer to some of these problems, and maybe people will accept these answers or not, you know.
So this is really the essence of the album.
Yeah, yeah.
The Skyclad touch to the music is unmistakable on this new one, and yet you have included some instruments this time, I think for the first time. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, we've always sort of experimented with things. We haven't got a chance. We used, we did a rewrite of Penny Dreadful. We used accordion on the track, you know, which worked really well. And because it worked, a few experiments we used on that album worked, then we decided to incorporate it in the music. And before a lot of the material we've written, we haven't got it right, or it didn't work as well as we thought it would, and that's why we needed to do something different, and we haven't got a chance, and then use those ideas to create the next album, which is The Answer Machine. And I think it all works really well, the material, you know.
Yeah, and you have some Yeah, you mentioned 3 other musicians with you on this album, and will they perform live with you when you're playing music from this album?
Yeah, we've already been out, and we did a few shows in East Germany and festivals this summer, and we've actually had all 7 of us in our lineup for those shows. We've had songs where we've used 2 violins. Both the guys play guitars, electric and acoustic, so we can really mix things up, you know, and make it work.
How did it work out with the crowd?
It's really good. You know, I think Skyclad are an exciting band live, and it just added to that, you know. There was more people running around like lunatics, and there was more instruments to hear. We go from harder material to very light, where we introduced 2 violins with some Irish pipes, you know. We did a special end of One Piece Puzzle, one of our old songs. We did a special end where it all ran into a new piece of acoustic music with picking and pipes and 2 violins, and it all worked really well.
If we take one step back again to your last album, Give Avant-Garde a Chance, how did the people react when that came out? Some
of our harder fans, you know, like the sort of harder Skyclad, the metal, they thought it was a bit strange, but in general, people liked it, you know. Especially songs like Constance Eternal, you know, people really loved that song, and we performed it live acoustically, and it worked great, you know. Didn't seem to be much problem.
Yeah. Did you feel any pressure this time to become more heavy again on this new album from the fans?
No, not really, you know. And even if our fans gave us pressure to do that, which we believe our fans sort of grow with the band and believe in what we do, you know. But even if they did pressure us, we would always just do what we wanted to play. You know, for us it's more important to play what we feel than to satisfy people with our music. We play our own music, and if people like it, then that's great, you know. If they don't, we still need to do what we feel.
I think the main concern about with the fans were if your last album was gonna be your new way of music.
Yeah, that it would be all acoustic. No, it was never going to be like that.
No, that's clearly from this new album. It's a very good album, and I have followed Skyclad all the time, so you can count me in as a Skyclad fan.
Thank you, that's great.
The Answer Machine is your 8th album, I think.
Yeah.
And it's your 3rd album on Massacre Records. Are you satisfied with how Massacre has handled Skyclad so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. You know, they believe in the band, and they are going through a change with us as we're changing. You know, they're finding new ways for us to get into some different alternative press and stuff, and they're sort of growing with the band. You know, they started off thinking they'd signed a heavy metal band, and now, you know, it's difficult to call us a heavy metal band. We're more like a rock band with different influences. You know. And they're growing with that, and yeah, it's pretty good.
As you said, Skyclad is an exciting band live, and I have never seen you live yet. I wish I could see you live.
Yeah, we'd love to play in Norway, you know. We haven't had a chance yet. You know, if there's anybody out there listening that would care to promote a gig by Skyclad, we'd be glad to do it.
Fine. I wonder, are there going to be any videos made from this album?
We haven't a plan yet. You know, there's very limited airplay for the sort of music that we do. But maybe we see what the reaction is from the album, and maybe you know, we do a single later on in the year and take a track from it or whatever, and do a video. But we just have to see. At the minute, we haven't got any firm plans to do a video.
Okay. The album has been available for, well, about 2 weeks now, and what are the responses you have received so far?
Well, so far, Martin and myself have been doing interviews all day today, and we did a few last week, and we have another 2 days of solid interviews on the telephone. And the reaction from people about the new album is brilliant. We're really happy, you know. People are saying that it's probably our best album and stuff, and that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, you can count me in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your music is very influenced by British folk music. How is your music received in Britain?
In the past, you know, we were very popular around the time we did Prince of the Poverty Line. And then the press changed, the music changed, you know, like the punk came over from America, like Green Day, Offspring and stuff, and changed all the music, and Britpop happened. And then, you know, a magazine like Kerrang has now turned into more of a Britpop, Brit rock, it calls itself, you know.
Yeah.
And they sort of took out anything that had anything to do with heavy metal or anything that was different, that wasn't sort of what they deem as cool music.
Yeah, I stopped.
You know?
I stopped buying that for about 3 years ago.
Yeah, and so did a lot of people, you know. And now we're just hoping there's a few new magazines coming, and hopefully we can get back in the press and do something more in England, you know.
How about Europe?
We do really well in Germany. We get good sales in most of the countries, you know, like not brilliant, but reasonably good. We tour in Holland, and we play in France and Italy and Spain. So it's pretty good everywhere else in Europe apart from England.
Yeah.
we still have a lot of fans in England. Our fan club, the most members are British in our fan club.
Yeah.
You know, it's really strange, but it's very underground. We are in England.
The album, is it going to be released in the States as well?
Yes, I think it's got distribution in the States. You know, but it takes a lot of money to plug an album in the States, and I don't think we get a big plug or anything, but it's there if people want it, you know, and maybe they hear from European press and stuff what's happening with the band, and then we just hope that it picks up in the future, you know.
Have you released any previous albums in the States?
Yeah, I think there was distribution for the last album. Yeah.
And how do the cowboys react to your music?
Well, we were there 1 year. We mixed our 5th album there, Silent Whales of Lunacy, and we did a lot of press in New York, you know, but like touching like a couple of days of press in New York for America is like nothing. And but it was, well, people loved our stuff then, and people are still into it now, although very underground, you know. I mean, it's one of those things. It's until you become really popular in Europe and get some backing financially behind you to make some impact in the States, it's very difficult.
What are your plans now after you have released this album?
We're going to rehearse for a tour that we're starting in January, and I think maybe we're going to go out in Germany. We've played a lot in Germany recently, but I think we're going to go out and play in some folk and blues pubs, like acoustic. You know, use the real drums, but generally play acoustic and pick up some new fans. Then come back out in the summer. We're doing the rest of Europe as well, but as a rock band, you know, with the heavy guitars and stuff. We're playing in the rest of Europe, Spain. We go over to Greece and France, Italy, everywhere. And then hopefully we're going to get a lot of festivals this summer, and we're going to try some really crazy things, like we're going to play beer festivals in Germany and stuff, you know, like acoustically.
Sounds a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be really good.
Yeah.
We did a tour of record shops last week in Germany.
Yeah.
And we played acoustic, even without drums. We had 2 acoustics, a bass, violin. And we played outside the shops, you know, acoustic, and it was great. We made a lot of new fans, people that wouldn't generally be into the band, and it went really well.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope to see you guys in Norway sometime.
Yeah, it'll be really nice.
Okay, Steve, I think we have reached the end of the interview. We are going to play one more track from the album, and we talked a little about track number 8, Trouble, sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about that particular track?
Troublesome Times is about what was happening in Croatia, you know, in the war. In the wars in Yugoslavia, and it's about a particular town called Zvornik. Martin saw a TV program about some bandits that got together, you know, and raided the town and killed children, and you know, it was really bad. And they called themselves the Yellow Wasps after the vodka of the town and stuff, and they were just animals, and it's a please bring back peace, you know. That's what it's about.
Okay. Well, let's listen to Trouble Sometimes. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.